Killing was starting to take its toll on me, so I got my wife involved. Black bags, a hacksaw, and a shovel. The cashier looked at me funny as he rang up all the items. "All you're missing is the lime," he said with a concerned look on his face. I nervously laughed as I handed him my credit card. "Cash or card?" the clerk asked. "Fuck it, I'll charge it on my wife's card. I doubt she will mind." I grabbed all the stuff and made my way back out to the car. I loaded the stuff in the back seat before jumping into the driver's seat. "Are you sure you're up for this?" I asked. My wife put her hand on my leg before giving it a reassuring squeeze. "I can't keep letting you do this on your own, Mike." We drove for hours, making sure this time we were well out of the state. Usually I don't get my wife involved in this, but every time I do this, it takes a bit of me with it. I think my wife just wants to share the burden. We were well out of state by the time the banging started. Soon she was going to be fully awake and screaming to be let out. If we got pulled over, how do we explain away the screaming girl in our trunk? We drove for a bit up the mountain to a spot I had planned in advance. By the time we pulled up, she was fully awake and screaming to get out. I wanted to break her legs so she couldn't escape. It's what I usually do. But the wife thought it was cruel. I told my wife to be prepared as I got ready to open the trunk. I whipped open the trunk and out she jumped, knocking my wife over. As she ran for her life, I grabbed the rope I had tied to her neck, snapping her off her feet and onto her back. "Kill her quickly!" screamed my wife. I grabbed the shovel, and just as she was about to jump back on her feet, I cracked her in the back of the head, killing her instantly. We made sure to go deep into the woods to bury the body. My wife helped me drag the dead weight up a hill before we found a good spot to bury her. The sun was starting to rise by the time the hole was deep enough to bury her. Deep enough so not even the animals could get to her. We decided to stop over in a motel before making the long journey home. Killing always took it out of me, and my wife just wanted to sleep in a bed. "Do you think it was enough this time?" my wife asked. I cradled my wife in my arms as we lay exhausted on a dingy old mattress. "I'm sure this will be the last time," I said, trying my best to reassure my wife, but I had been doing this long enough to know that probably wouldn't be the case.